Social media has changed the way we communicate. This is why Fairfax Media has made a decision to increase productivity and the platforms of social media used. My name is Jack Tautz and I will help you to understand and improve your use of social media. I will further discuss the issues relating to productivity and the recommendations on what Fairfax Media should do. Social media is a range of technology applications used across the world by society. Individuals, groups, and businesses use social media to share and voice both information and opinions. Our company, Fairfax Media that is Australasia's biggest media outlet, and we rely on social media and how it can reach a large audience through accurate, independent journalism and to provide and collect a large range of information. The media industry uses social media to communicate ideas and then to collaborate them. It allows companies to share information to their market on their product and promotions. The media industry uses many platforms, the main platforms being web-based social networking, blogs, and media sharing. The platforms allow social media to provide information, educate, images, and inform discussions to create a profile for the company. Here, we use several social media platforms, two of them being Facebook and Twitter, including our very own Fairfax Digital, which we use to publish the latest news, finance, IT, sport and entertainment. Fairfax Media aims to be Australia's best and most liked media outlet, and to achieve this, we use a range of social media. Although social media can improve the productivity of a company, it can also have a negative effect in relation to privacy, intellectual property, discrimination, harassment, and defamation. Privacy is the result of an individual or business giving out personal or work-related information in a medium that others can access. If an employee releases any information, it can cause embarrassment and affect the integrity of the business. An example of this was two Australian Olympians by the names of Nick Dr. and Kenrick Monk, who posted inappropriate pictures of themselves holding two guns. The pictures of the two, although posted privately, still caused major public embarrassment to the Olympic Committee. Intellectual property is the right to the creations of the mind. There are several types of common intellectual property rights, including copyrights, trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. An example of breach of intellectual property is the case of C. Foley and Lee Maiden, the owner of White Sands. She had said that C. Foley had stolen her business ideas, and she took a picture of a C. Foley outfit, which she posted on social media. C. Foley then sued Lee Maiden for misleading potential customers and for the breach of the consumer law. There are many types of discrimination covered in legislation, including age, religion, gender, physical appearance, and ethnicity. Comments and material posted on social media may not be directed to a person or group, but it can still constitute discrimination and the effects of our organisation's reputation. Employees can engage in discriminatory behaviour when posting comments that they believe to be private. In Clark v. Nationwide News Plt. Limited, comments were published on social media by a subsidiary of the news company, were found to be offensive, humiliating, and intimidating to Clark. These comments were supposedly private. Social media harassment is the use of the internet or other electronic means to stalk or harass an individual, a group, or an organisation. Forms of harassment include cyberbullying, cyber racism, and cyber sexism. Businesses have to ensure that they monitor and have regulations in place to prevent harassment, which can lead to the destruction of a business. In July 2014, Smith commented on a post by a local police department. The comments insinuated that the police were racist and affected their department's reputation. He was later put on trial for disorderly conduct and unlawful use of a computerized communication system. Information in social media is where a person purposely states false or spreads information about another person or business to lower their reputation. A case that highlights defamation is McDonald and the North Queensland Newspaper Company Limited. The newspaper published a picture of McDonald's genitals, and he had sued the newspaper for tarnishing his reputation. There are three major problems around the use of social media for Fairfax. These being loss of advertising revenue, company embarrassment, and the prosecution due to copyright infringements. The first major problem relates to defamation of an individual by our company. As social media reaches a large audience, it has the ability to tarnish our reputation and cause businesses to remove their advertisement. This will ultimately cause a loss of consumers and financial viability. Media companies are highly visible, and therefore anything offensive that is linked to the company is going to cause embarrassment and ultimately destruct it in the marketplace. The lack of privacy for employees as well as the engagement of consumers may result in offensive comments and materials being posted on social media. This can destroy representation of media companies. Any businesses that rely on social media are at risk of copyright infringements due to the use of third-party intellectual property. This is a common issue with publishers such as Fairfax, and it is easy for companies like us to rely on supposed stock images to promote a story, resulting in legal action. However, through appropriate company policies, the risk is minimized and the potential interactions and audience size outweighs the negatives of defamation. Our organization and others media channels have to have strict policies in place to prevent anything that is offensive to be linked to us, but we also have to have trust in our people to do the right thing. Through trusting and teaching the staff, it will allow staff to be aware of what rules they have to follow and the correct way to use social media, allowing a smooth run in any crisis. Social media, as mentioned, is used by 90% of the population connected to the internet. This means that if we are a company to use social media productively, we can reach most, if not all, of our consumers and have a plan in any crisis. It is also our opinion here at Fairfax Media that the media industry must increase the use of social media to improve productivity. Social media allows effective information sharing with colleagues and professionals from all over Australia and the world, through the use of platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, MySpace and Twitter. The Nursing and Midwife Board introduced this in 2010 and continue to use social media to connect everyone under strict guidelines. This allows employees to be aware of what's occurring across Australia in their field. It can, however, as previously mentioned, result in defamation or harassing behaviour. Social media can be used to develop business contacts. By using all available platforms, a company can promote and engage with all types of audiences. In general, it can give a business the ability to reach millions of people at low cost and quickly. The platform LinkedIn was designed to contact 161 million business people from all over the world. This would allow media companies to connect with trustworthy sources. The negatives of being able to connect with millions of people at a time is that if there is something that is posted incorrectly, the millions of contacts will see it. Social media websites should be used to contact vendors. As you know, Fairfax Media has already connected with most of its mastheads on Facebook pages. Communication to vendors is important for a healthy work relationship through integration and collaboration. An example is a school setting up a Facebook page to contact families as vendors wanting to know how the school is travelling. The negatives of having direct contact with vendors is that they will know if there are any issues within the company. Social media can also be used to complete competitor research. Through research, Fairfax Media can look at other publishers' companies. This enables us to find the weak links to be used to our advantage. The negatives of this are that other companies have the ability to also contact research on us as a media company. Lastly, we can increase the productivity and audience by using social media to determine customer wants. This can be achieved through surveys and online research on trending issues. This allows Fairfax Media to create content that will be shared around social media with ease. The negatives of having surveys available on social media platforms are that anyone can complete them, which can cause incorrect data to be collected from competitor supporters. In order to increase productivity across these 5 areas, we need to firstly put a crisis management plan into place. The plan involves having a list of managers and their roles within our team and their contact information during business and non-business hours. Secondly, us as employees need to know what we can and cannot do in relation to social media. Each and every company, including us, needs to develop rules to ensure the company's privacy is protected. It is called a social media policy. Each employee must sign the policy when they first join the company. The policy should outline the consequences of breaking the policy, and it should identify what can be posted to protect the company's reputation and also to protect the company legally. In final, it is recommended that we, Australia's biggest media company, use social media to increase our productivity. This is justified by the low cost, the ability to reach the target audience by reaching 90% of online viewers, and the use of social media means that outsourcing is not needed to advertise the business. In conclusion, social media can be used to increase our productivity as a company.